Hello, it's that time of the week again where we have another Gaming Sector podcast for you with me, Simon, and
Josh, hello.
hello, Josh. Welcome back from your holiday.
Thank you.
Did you have a nice time? Well, couldn't really do much, could you? But
Sitting in my room playing video games, the dream.
I see that's another good thing to do on holiday. You don't need to go anywhere. You can just relax and do nothing. Or game. Well, gaming isn't nothing. That's one of the activities we were talking about last week is being good for getting through this lockdown. And
Oh yeah.
So last week I spoke to Louis and Hannah, and one of the things that was mentioned was the PlayStation 5. So I thought we could maybe talk about that today because you, I think, are trying to get one, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
So what's your thoughts on it at the moment?
My thoughts is it's interesting. Looks good. Just if they had more in stock in every other shop in the world.
Yeah, I think there's probably two reasons for the delay just now. I think the first is the pandemic. That's reducing the amount of people that can work in these factories to actually produce them. And then the second thing is Brexit for getting the stock to us because there's all these different rules now on importing. But hopefully there'll be some stock soon because you've been wanting to get one since it first came out, didn't you?
Oh yeah, since the day it was announced.
Yeah. So you've obviously researched the PlayStation 5. Can you tell people why that's better than the PlayStation 4 if they don't know?
Well, since when was the PlayStation 4 released? I think like 4 or 5 or something years ago or something. Because I know what was it? No, yes, it was released in November 2013. That is 8 years ago.
8? Only 8? Oh my.
Exactly. So the reason is, I mean, they have made the PlayStation 4 Pro. I think that one was released in maybe a few years. Let me double check that one.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4.
Yes, okay. PlayStation Pro came out 3 years afterwards, so it was like more storage and a bit of more graphics, 4K and all that.
That's right.
So, but since it has been 5 years since that PS Pro, they have updated the graphics to it and as well more. What's the word? I'm trying to remember what they said, but most of the games have. They said in the interviews most games could never be better with this new feature they put in to it. So the graphics are more better than ever.
Mm-hmm. So. I saw someone playing. I'll go back to Skyrim again. That's the game I always like to mention. They were playing Skyrim on it, and you and I both know that sometimes when you're going from place to place as you're fast traveling, the loading times can be a bit annoying because they're just a wee bit too long. But in the PlayStation 5, they're 2 seconds at the most. They're almost instant. And I think that's a good way of showing that the processing speed of these machines has just been increased tremendously. And we mentioned the new Ratchet and Clank game that's coming to the PS5. One of its the features of the game is using a weapon to change into another dimension instantly, I think.
Move to another rift, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
But what that said that we could never do that or something.
So it seamlessly changes the map that you're on to another one with the press of a button, which you just can't do with any other console. I suppose you could do something like that on a powerful PC.
Yeah. And because I know that most games like just instead teleport or even just time travel, stop time. That's kind of it, but
it'll be. I think it'll be a good console for doing more in games that you are used to at the moment. So I've just started playing Ratchet and Clank for the PlayStation 4, and I was thinking while I was playing it, if it's like this just now with the graphics and what you can do in it, then I can't imagine what's going to happen when it goes in the PS5 because they've got all this power that's available to them. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Do you know the other interesting thing about the PS5 is the controller?
Yes. It's interesting. I've seen videos on that. Even as if you look closely at the controller, you can see the X, triangle, square, and circle on it. Very tiny details. Amazing.
That's right. That's on the texture of the controller itself, so that it doesn't slip out your hands as easily. The other interesting thing about it is I think they call it haptic feedback, because I don't know if most people will know that controllers for these consoles vibrate to give you feedback. So if you're swinging an axe or something, and when the axe comes into contact with wood or a wall or something, it'll vibrate to give you feedback, so that you feel like you've actually hit that thing with the axe. But the PlayStation 5 controller goes one step further than that, and the vibration is like even more sensitive. I think it's similar to the Switch, because if you notice, the Switch controllers are really, really weird sometimes when you're playing a game, how sensitive it is to what you're doing. Again, that's just another aspect of the console that's going to enhance the games. I think Louis mentioned one of the problems at the moment with getting the PS5 is this thing called scalpers. Do you know what that is?
I think I remember someone say scalpers. Is it something like they just,
It's where people will buy a PlayStation 5.
That's it, yes.
And then they'll resell it on eBay
for like twice the price, or even jack it up.
Because they know people will pay a fortune for it because they're not easy to get hold of.
Oh, I know. Usually, sometimes I'm like, said, yes, let's do it. To me, the only place you can get is like eBay, to me, I could buy one. It's just I don't trust it a bit. I don't really.
No.
Someone says, yes, I have the box, but does it prove that you have the item in it?
Well, that's exactly right.
Even if someone had like a receipt, like saying, here's a receipt, well, a picture of the thing that says, here's the PlayStation 4, where it's paid and all that. I was like, I don't know. I still don't trust it anyway.
No, I wouldn't either. I think the thing to do is to wait until a reputable seller, such as Argos or Game or somewhere like that, actually has them in stock, and you're buying it at the price that is fair. The price that they've set for the console, the retail price is fair for the console. Whereas if you're paying more, they're just giving some criminal profit that they don't deserve.
No, they're just making like a profit of 200 more or 100 or more anyway.
The other part of it is they buy all the stock. So when the stock's available, they've got all their friends and stuff buying the stock, which takes it away from people who genuinely want to buy one for themselves.
I feel like the shops should have for certain items should have a stock limit.
Yeah, well, I know that Argos, you can reserve 2, right? You can only pay for and collect 1 of them. And that's to stop that happening. So thankfully a few shops have realised.
Yeah, it's just because it'd be nice anyway, because that's just like every other shop if they did like research on the games or on the item, just say, well, this could be bought too many times or anything like. So we should say you can only buy one at a time. That's it. Well, not one, just only one. You can't just say one at a time, because that person will like buy faster than anything. That would be nice anyway.
Yeah.
Because it makes it easier for people, not just to be in half. As well as the PlayStation 5 is different from the PlayStation 4, since the PlayStation 5 can play PlayStation 4 games on the disc.
That's right.
But the PS4 could not support that for the PS3.
No.
The only way you can get to play the PS3 is that be added to the store on PlayStation Now. That is it.
That's right.
But now, since PS5 has the 2 options, do you want to go for disc or digital? That's your option.
So some of the games that come out, like we were talking about Miles Morales for the PS4 and PS5, that's what's going to happen for a while. So if you can't get a PS5, don't worry, because a lot of the games are going to be on PS4. I think the other game that was out recently was Hitman 3.
Yep.
And that's on both.
As well as they also did this. If you buy, I don't know if it's a digital copy on the PlayStation 4, there's like an option to upgrade it anyway. So it means that you can upgrade the game to the PS5, and it'll just be a PS5 game, so it'll be easier.
That's right. And what that means is they've made the game for the PS4, taking into account its capabilities for processing and graphics. But they've also got an enhanced version of the game, more or less, which is better graphics, better speed, better loading times on the PS5. So if you have bought it for the PS4, I have the Miles Morales game on the PS4. So if I get a PS5 and link my account when I set up the new one, it knows that I've already bought the Miles Morales game and it gives me the upgraded copy of it.
Yep.
So, yes. But I will say what I said last week. I want to get a PS5, but one, it's too expensive just now for me. Two, the stock isn't there yet.
No, I'll keep waiting.
And three, you kind of need a decent television really to get the full enjoyment out of it. So I would feel like I would need to get a 4K TV. I know you don't need to, you really don't, but I feel like it's a waste not to have one.
So, how much of 4K? Because the prices of, let's say, 4K TVs depend. Unless if you don't need to get a TV. You can just get like a monitor anyway, just connected to that anyway.
Yes, that's true. That's the
tool, because a monitor is just the same as a TV, but it's just for PCs anyway, and still can hook up to any. So, but for that, like 4K TV is around like of £200, 200, and so
it's still cheaper than the PS5 itself, I suppose.
Oh, it is cheaper, yes. So really much, you are kind of like spending the same amount as the people who are selling on eBay.
Yes.
But even if you have a monitor or TV, you're fine, really. Either way.
I mean, I'm happy, I keep saying, to just continue going with the PS4 because the likes of that Hitman game, Hitman 3, that's a game I would want to play. And I might get it fairly soon because I was playing Hitman 2 the other day and I forgot how fun it is. But luckily they still make it for the PS4. It's when they kind of stop making it and they have the PS5 exclusives that are not going to be made in the PS4. That's when I might have to think about it.
So once they've, I don't know, a year or so anyway, and they'll stop making PlayStation 4 games because that is it. Onto the PS5. And like 3 more, and then 3 years later, PlayStation 5 Pro or something better version of it anyway.
Well, hopefully that won't be for a few years.
Well, I know, as well as a new, I don't know, well, I know they are allowing people to use the VR headsets, but I think I heard saying that they're making another VR headset for the PS5. I'm not sure.
I think they probably will have to, just to keep up with, the
I think maybe because I think you can still use the PS4 version one anyway on the PlayStation 5. I think they're just going to make another version that is more suitable, more same as the PS5 anyway.
Yeah.
Because what I've done is that if all my games are going to be transferred into the PS5, means that if there's some free games that I've already got that are for the VR and I got a VR later, then it's there. So it's easier.
Right. Well, I think we're nearly out of time again. But I thought you might like to give people an update on our YouTube channel so far. I know you've been on holiday, but you should hopefully remember what we've been doing.
I believe we were playing games, and that was it.
Yes. Well.
Yes. We are going to be. We did our Sea of Thieves, and then we're going to continue playing some more of that.
Yeah, that's good fun.
Yes, it's fun. Yes, I'm hoping we're still. If we have enough materials and all that to take down the shark or the kraken or other players or ships.
Yes, that's exciting. We've got our podcast as usual. But
no.
Next week we're going to do something slightly different with the podcast. We're going to do a gaming quiz.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is you'll have 10 questions. I'll have 10 questions, but we'll both ask them, and whoever's asking the question, the other person has to try and answer them or write the answers down.
Yes.
And then at the end, we should reveal the answers and see which one of us has done better.
If I don't know the answers, I'll say, what was the question again?
Yes, and I'll be listening out for keyboard noises. So that's all we have time for this week. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.
See you all. Bye.